Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
That. But for me, if you ask me, I think it's a good thing. What do you think? Is it a good thing for we to qualify for the World Cup? We want to hear what you think.
I said for me, I remain indifferent about Ghana winning or qualifying for the World Cup. So I can't explain, but I think it would have to do with the current political status or economic status of the country. So that's just why I remain indifferent about the whole situation.
That's interesting. Okay, you feel like, what do you think? Yeah, you. Okay, so we'll be watching the video. For those of you who came in earlier, you watched the TVC. But those joining us online are going to watch that short clip. So let's watch a TVC about the Skills Hub, and then we'll be right back.
The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people. The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the Skills Hub. Youth employment services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65, co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate, high-speed internet cafe, a copy center, and others, special packages for the most sought after entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills, and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The Skills Hub is open to every young person who wants to land their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the Skills Hub at Toyota Building at American House Traffic Lights on the Laubau-Leishi Road.
So I would like to read a profile of her so that we get to know who she is. Emelia Asumamba Ejosiah, International Education Marketing Officer. Emelia Asumamba Ejosiah is a communications and marketing enthusiast who employs digital and innovation marketing as tools to influence and compile brand conversation. She currently works as an international education marketing officer for 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐒 education. She is passionate about sustainable development and policies in education and agriculture. Emelia has a bachelor in communication studies from JIJ, certifications from the University of East London, UK, and she is currently pursuing her 𝐶IM UK program. With her experience in development communication, marketing, project management in international education and sustainable agriculture sectors, she hopes to create impact in her community. Please, let's give it up for her. To make the interaction very insightful and very engaging, we would like you to use the hashtag Breaking the Bias Skills Hub chat, and also follow the conversation by sharing your thoughts using the hashtag Breaking the Bias Skills Hub chat on our social media pages, Skills Hub by Yota, and also at Yota Rising. We thank you all for coming. Your feedbacks are warmly welcome. We have team members all over who will be willing to support you if you need any assistance. The event is live streaming, so on Facebook. Therefore, you can follow Skills Hub by Yota or at Yota Rising. To our online viewers, please do interactive your home task or assignments that has been given to you at the end of, by close of the evening, you need to finish. There are some things that maybe these strong 3 gentlemen who are available can do, right? That you are the woman here. Even if they can cook rice, you are the woman here. So you need to prepare the food for these gentlemen to eat. So I think that was my first encounter. As at then, I didn't know that it was a gender bias. But thanks to education and thanks to connections, I've gotten to learn and explore, to know what really matters and when to stand for my own rights so that I don't get too affected by these biases.
Thank you. I thought that was a good place to give her a clap. So, Amma, what was your experience, or what do you remember as the first, first stage, becoming aware or experiencing such a situation?
Yeah, I think I can relate to Nanefua's story a little bit, but I think the real or the deeper understanding I got from the term bias actually was this year, and very recently during the International Women's Day, where the theme was breaking the bias. So I'm like, really, what does bias really mean? I mean, I've heard it as a kid, but I began to understand what it really means just recently from this International Women's Day. And for me, the real impact in understanding what breaking the bias means, it could be something as simple as, for instance, in the corporate, where you have disparities in performance management, where a woman does well as a man has also done, but it seems like the men are moving probably above. For the same job that a man and a woman is going to do, you'd realize that maybe the man is taking more in terms of pay cuts versus the woman. So that's where I really began to understand or got a deeper meaning as to what bias is.
All right, so it takes us back to the basics. You would realize that the thing about gender bias lives with us, and whether we like it or not, it started probably right after delivery, like when we were born. A study was conducted with 66 class 4 kids, probably grade 2, grade 1, okay, 66 kids, and they were told that they should draw their heroes in 3 professions, okay? So profession 1, a surgeon; profession 2, a firefighter; profession 3, a pilot. So 66 kids, they were given sheets of papers, pencils, coloring and stuff like that. So 66 kids are seated. What is the idea of a pilot to you? What is the idea of a firefighter? What is the idea of a surgeon to you? Now, when they were done, it showed that just five drawings out of 66 kids, 5 kids drew the professions of these people. Let me take it again. So out of the 66 drawings, they realized that 5 drawings were just female, and so for the 61 kids, the idea of a pilot, the idea of a surgeon, of a firefighter was a male. And so where did they learn that from? It's just been unconscious, okay? So right from your foundation years, you are unconsciously picking it that, okay, who is a pilot, who is a footballer? And so this study was extended to, let's say, a region, and it shows that a higher percentage of kids related to male being in all these industries. And so just as you're saying, it starts right from a younger age. So we sitting here right now have a lot to do with our kids, their upbringing, what is the perception we want them to relate to when it comes to these things. Are we clear? Exactly. So we'll just move on to the second question, okay? Your what you do, your career, and all of that. But I think that it would be very, very great to hear it from yourself. Tell us what you do. What has the
and also unique from how we all perceive that there are some trends that you need to align yourself to or with, especially when it comes to the educational aspect, in order for you to more of like enter into a particular career field, right? So with my career journey, I think my career started in senior high school. Yeah, so I'm a life learner, I'm a hustler. I'm not coming to sit here to lie about anything. I'm a hustler. Schooling at English, I'm from senior high school. I happen to always find myself in the midst of guys. And these guys had a lot of money that they love to spend on things that I don't think are really beneficial to their educational growth, right? So as at then too, I also wanted money to pay for my WASI. You know, before you write WASI, you need to pay a fee. So I told these guys, I don't have the money, but I can help you guys save your money. Wow. So they are 12 guys. What happened was that I just told them, we have 12 weeks in this particular term. So every week, maybe we are going to take 5 Ghana cedis or 10 Ghana cedis from everyone, then we can give it to one person until the term comes to an end. I'm not going to charge you guys anything. I'm going to keep the money or hold the money. At the end of the week, I can give it to the person who deserves to be given to at that particular time. So every week, within the weeks, I put all the money together. On Friday, I buy envelope. I put the money in it, write the person's name, then I write the total amount that we have. So when I give it to you, I only take commission. Yeah. So, and with the commission too, I don't really have a tag, because as at then, exactly, I didn't know what all these things were. So when I give to you, just give me a commission. Someone can decide to give me like 10 cedis, someone can decide to give me 20 cedis, someone can give me 30 cedis. So imagine saving all this money for 12 weeks. So 30, 30, 30, or 20, 20, 20 for 12 weeks. That was what I did to pay for my tuition and also my WASI, how do we call it, exams fee. So as at then, that was my career. Right. Fast forward, when I completed senior high school, the next step is to go to university. Chale mi menya sa chance now. I didn't get it like that. So I started working. I just told myself, in the next 4 years, what can I do that when my colleagues complete from university, I can still match the same skill set or more ×2 of the skill sets that they have acquired. So I realized that per my research and few people around me, I realized that technology is the solution. I didn't know what technology was as at then. All I knew is that phone is a technology. Yeah. Right. So I started doing my research. Then whilst working, putting money together, bought my first laptop. Came to Accra, moved all the way from Takoradi to Accra, didn't have any place to sleep. I slept at Circle, Kwame Nkrumah Interchange for a month. In the morning, I see some of these taxi drivers and ask them to give me a place to shower so that I can go for my class, a boot camp at Ghana Tech Lab. So, Accra Digital Center, yeah. So that was where or when I learned something about technology. I learned how to code. And I was able to build my first website in 3 months or something like that. But whilst I was doing that, I realized that I need to find an opportunity here that can help me position myself in the tech space and find a career path through there. So I need to become more strategic than anybody else in the room. right? So I decided to be enterprising enough for then my boss. Started selling airtime, distributing it, which is also a career. Career is not just about wearing your suit and going to the office to work. Through that, my former boss said, you are up to something, you are different. So I just want you to come in, volunteer. I didn't even know what volunteer was. I volunteered for 7 months, and through Christ, I was able to get a full-time job as her business development associate. Charlie, I didn't know. Once again, I leveraged on Google to do some research. My first work or task that was assigned to me was to go for an event at Moving-Pick. Obia Ufita Krade Wabaha say, what are you going to do at Moving-Pick? So when I went, I met these fabulous women, more of like a community. First time meeting our current president, Nana Akufo-Addo. And they asked the question, and all of a sudden I was like, Nana, gather all the enthusiasm and answer that question. So I stood up, introduced myself, answered the question, and I closed a deal with GHL Bank. So when I came back, my boss was like, you don't have any experience in this career field, because business development, what kind of, certifications do you have? You don't have any, let's say, degree, something to even show that you've acquired the formal, ways of doing things in a particular career field that you find yourself in. So then, she promoted me to a programs and project manager for her company. And I was able to train over 2,000 women in software development. And, so that was how my career started. Whilst I was doing all these rounds, I was still selling airtime and doing mobile money at 37 Max pedestrian place. So a lot of people know me over there. That was how my journey started. Then I realized that I'm very good at organizing things. Like, I love to position everything surrounding me at the right place, so that when the light goes off, I can still see that I have my pen or pencil over here. So when I started doing the programs and project management role for that particular company, I told myself, Charlie, still these people are done with school. They are going to do their masters. What are you doing? Now you need to level up times 4 or 5. Then I started leveraging on Coursera to learn project management. Through my work with this impact organization, I had the experience of doing project management for the various SDGs that we have. Yeah. So I have that impact. Now I was like, Charlie, I see people building up. What really goes on? Because when I stopped coding, I just forgot about all these codes and etc. But I feel like I have this connection with tech and even with engineers, developers. Because when I meet them, the conversation is different. I left, and Lady Omega, CEO of Ampersand Technologies, if you guys know her, she was like, Nana, what are you up to now? Like, Lady Omega, nothing, no. I'm just trying to start something called Tech Chef Africa. As at then, I was just figuring it out. She was like, I'm handling a project for a client, in which I am the project manager, but due to a lot of new opportunities that are coming up, I would love you to step in for me and take over. As at then, they were done with the version 1 of the app. It was a crypto currency payments kind of thing app. It is called Dinar. I joined in 12 developers across the globe. you need to find a way to connect, because engineers are different. Like, in order for you to understand the way they do their things so that you can connect with them to build a particular solution, it's really more of like a lot of work that you need to put in within yourself, and also try and find a way to connect with them so that you can build a project. I didn't have any background in technical project management, but through there, I was able to at least lead the engineering team to build the version 2 of the app. And surprisingly, when we were doing the testing, Lady Omega more of like guided herself to join the testers.
Oh.
So at the end of the testing, she was like, "You didn't disappoint me."
Wow.
Then I said, maybe this is my career path. I just got so passionate about project management, especially for the technical aspects of things. So I decided to pursue. So when I left the company, I decided to also start my pet project, which is 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐒𝐓 Africa, now a company. So I used 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐓 Africa to more of like reconnect with these developers or engineers, and also reconnect with all the founders that I've been able to meet day in, day out, right? Yeah. And currently I find myself with another fintech company as their employees experience manager, so more of like a product management versus the other side of work, exactly. So that was how my career journey started from senior high school, and this is where I am now.
Let's give it up to her. Amma.
Very inspiring.
I'm telling you. I have a lot of questions, Efua, but let's go to Amma, right? Yeah. So after Amma, then we dig it. Okay. So Amma, what's your story?
For me, I cannot say that my career began in senior high school, because my story was that, you know how your parents kind of want to force you into a certain career path. That's my story. My dad happened to own a farm and thought that I would be the person to, take after him, and then when he's not around. And so forced me, I say forced because I did not want to do agric. I don't have anything against people who have, studied agric or the course on its own. I just felt it wasn't for me. But I agreed to do it because this is my dad. He has paid my school fees for all this while. Who am I to say I will not do it, So that was the beginning of the disputes within myself. That's when I realized that once I am done doing this for my dad, I have to do what's for me. And so after senior high school in Achimota School, the time came for universities, choosing a place to go, and then my grades were not good enough for me to do the medical sciences and all of that. So the nearest thing was earth science, and which is geology, if you have an idea about it. And the reason why that was so interesting for me at the time was because I had an uncle who was in the industry. He was in the mining sector and felt like, okay, this is something you can do, just go and try it. So I'm just in a space where I'm just going with the flow. Whatever they say, I'm doing it, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And this is something that is really important when you're starting your career. At least have an idea of where you want to fall. But I don't dispute everything that happens, because everything happens for a reason, right? And that's why I'm here today. Having done, the earth science in the University of Ghana, and I graduated with a petroleum geoscience major. It happened to be around the time that Ghana had discovered oil and gas. So there was a lot of noise, hey, there's oil around, Ghana oil, 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐒𝐓. So of course, I want money, right? And decided that this is something I want to do in terms of career, but I wasn't sure, if it's exploration, the downstream, if it is selling fuel at Shell or whatever. I just wasn't sure. And without any career guidance or having career clarity, the national service posting came. Unfortunately, very long story. And this is where I really upon your life, because God will use people to direct you to wherever you want to go. Coincidentally, I connected with a very good friend of mine from the university who happened to, connection. You know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And so by God's grace, I had my national service changed and then went to pursue it at GMPC. Now, mind you, this is also very important. Making connections and making friends in the industry, really important. You never know when, that person may come up for you to leverage on people that you meet along the way. So, having done my national service at GMPC, they weren't saying that, okay, they're going to take you on. Are you going to stay? What next? And, we are all doing a national service, but we are confused. After we leave here, what's going to happen? And again, the hand of God. I happened to see an advert in the newspapers, and the company was 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐌𝐄. I had no idea that this company even existed, because at the time, when you, with an oil and gas degree, the closest we had heard about was tallow oil. If it wasn't tallow oil, it was GMPC. So I'm like, where is this company from? And then, like Efua, leveraging the internet and doing your research so that when you go into this interview, you can place. Okay, now interview time comes, and I look at my CV, I look at the people in the room, I look at myself and how young I am, because fresh graduates from the university, no experience, what do I have? And I see people in the room with master's degrees and 5 years experience, and here we are about to interview for the same position. Again, the hand of God. Without any experience, I got the job. And up till now, I still don't understand why I got the job, because no experience, literally no experience. So sometimes I question and ask, okay, even up till now, I still ask myself, what was it that they saw in me? And I've just come to understand the hand of God. The challenge that I faced in the industry in the first years of my career was that the oil and gas industry is very male dominated. And so when you don't have a lot of women who you can look up to and ask questions and say, from here, where do I go? You're literally on this path on your own. There were a few people in my life where I can say that I spoke to them and they really believed or, tried to guide where I should go in terms of career. My husband was one of them. You need someone who would believe in your dream even when you don't believe in it. Because at the time, I did not see the vision of where I would be today. I was just going with the flow, So having someone to say, this is what you should put on your CV, this is what you should try and do when you enter the company, try and understand the industry, try and understand the organization on its own, just so you can know where to fit. That is one of the things that I did to be able to, start my career and make sure that you're working with dedication, hard work, and all of that, because those things really play a key role when you are in your career journey. So for me, I had the opportunity at the time to, having worked for about 2-3 years, there was an opportunity for the company to take people abroad so that they can go and work and get some experience, come back to Ghana and hopefully apply that experience. And I happened to be one of the people to be chosen for that. Again, I still ask myself, why me? I still don't have, even up to, you will talk about it, but I still don't understand how, God can select the least of the least the youngest in the department, the one who doesn't even have a certification. So sometimes you think about it and you ask yourself, should I even be worried about the fact that I don't have a master's degree or I don't have a degree before I pursue a certain career in, a certain area? It's really up to you and your faith. And for me, that's what I'm holding on to. So back to the story. A few years down the line, realizing that the industry is beginning to take a change. So now we have companies that are sort of transitioning. They are moving away from solely oil and gas to renewable energy and trying to diversify their portfolios. And then I began to ask myself, do I want to be one of those people who, a few years to come, my qualifications or my competence will not be valuable to the industry? Because if companies are transitioning, it means that the personnel also have to transition to meet the company standards, right? So that is what really prompted me to say, okay, after all these years, I've gained some knowledge in oil and gas, but I see where the industry is going, and I need to meet up with that industry. So I decided to pursue a master's in energy and sustainability that today I find very valuable in trying to understand where oil and gas companies are and how they can position themselves for the future. It's rather unfortunate that in Ghana, this process is quite slow than in Europe and all of that. But I believe that in a few years to come, we'll be able to catch up to, those industry standards. So that's really a summary of my journey.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amma. Organizers, can we tweak the timing? Because believe you me, we are just on question 2, and I have about 14, questions, and I'm checking the time. I'm seeing that I have 10 minutes, because it's supposed to end at 6:10, right? So I'm just pleading that this is going to extend. I don't know if we are okay with it.
Let's go with the flow.
Yeah, let's go with the flow. Okay, thank you. So I'm very, very generous, okay? And I brought a gift to anyone who would answer a question during the session. So not now. We would come there. So Nanefua and Amma, thank you so much for your impactful story. The beginning of things are so clumsy, right? You never really understand it till you never really understand it and appreciate it till you are now talking about it after, So your stories are very, very inspiring. There's more I want to talk about or ask, but then let's just move on and let's stay in the conversation. Now, I want us to look at how you've worked with teams, okay? Obviously, you've never been an island. You've always worked with people. You have supervisors. You're also having people who work under you. So your team, okay, how has it been like leading or working with both men and women? And can you relate it to the gender bias subject? How has it been working with both men and women? Do women feel entitled? Do men feel entitled to a certain, bias? Okay, so think about it, working with a team. What is the general reaction from men? What is the general reaction or, expectations from women? Yeah. Amma, yeah.
Okay, so let me take this one first. I've had the opportunity to work with teams where I am the only woman.
Yeah.
And I've also had the opportunity to work in teams where, it's a balance of a lot, quite a good number of women versus men. And you're right, there are situations where I don't even feel capable enough to speak because the room feels intimidating. and you really need to be able to gas yourself up to say something, ask a question. And for me, that has been my strategy, that if I'm in a room where I don't know what to say, what to contribute on the matter, I'll raise up my hand and ask a question, because you can't go wrong with a question. Whatever question, you asking the question is given an opportunity to get more information and to enlighten yourself. You're also giving the speaker the opportunity to teach you something. So even if I cannot contribute to the topic or the subject matter, I would ask a question, and probably that would be the right strategy, for women who feel incapable, until you gather confidence to start speaking up.
Nanefua, what has been the general, talk about your experience leading men, versus leading women. What is the general, vibe with it? What is the general vibe? Yeah, that comes with it.
Should I go real?
Go real. Okay. Or? Yeah, go real.
I'm also a woman, so anything I also say falls on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my own experience working with just men and also working with just women, because of the training thing that the impact programs that I've done in the past, and also working within both men and women, just as Amma said. Men are takers. Men are very aggressive when it comes to what they want to achieve within their career path.
Yeah.
Some of us women are also aggressive, like ourselves and you all, because if you are not aggressive, you wouldn't be here listening to this conversation that is going on, right? But a conversation I was having with Sienna of Microsoft and Tracy of Zipline, one thing we realized is that sometimes we women, we know that, in fact, we want to have a seat at this table whereby men are more of like jubilating on that. But we want to play a little bit of cool, maybe I need to do it slow, one step at a time, maybe follow this kind of a path or a strategy. Strategies are very good, right? So when that happens, we tend to lay back a little bit. So what am I going to say? Charlie, be aggressive.
Nanefua, be aggressive.
Yeah.
But women are also, aggressive women or women who tend or seem to be aggressive is
I hear that a lot about myself, a lot of times.
Exactly. Because the truth is, women won't have issues feeling aggressive on the job.
Yeah.
Women won't have issues feeling aggressive wherever they find themselves. But then, what comes out of that aggression, or the perception that comes out of that aggression, could kill. Okay, so you would end up going back into your shell. And so it's in relating to what you said, okay, I just want to say something. Women, one thing I've discovered is that the reason why we are not able to match up to what men would normally do is not because we are women. There are times where we can just see a man, thriving and unconsciously, because he's a man. So it's easy for him to do that. So we shouldn't, fall on that mind game that says, because I'm a woman, I'm not able to do this. Or the reason why I'm not shooting so fast is because I'm a woman. The reason why I'm not this, is because I'm a woman. And so, Nanefua, there's it's misrepresented. That's the word I wanted to say. The aggressiveness. Yeah. How do you balance it out at a workplace? Because it's easily misrepresented. Easily.
How do you balance it out? I think you need to stand for what you really want at work.
Yeah.
Even if it's a pain in the ass for you to ask for what you really want or what you really need, just go for it anyways.
Yeah.
So, in my experience, recently I was having a K1 review with my boss, and just like a man would do, I love what Amma said. Always ask questions when you don't know anything, or even you even have a fair idea, but you don't know how you can get there. Always ask anything, a question, right? These guys are doing so well. They are not within my department, but I see that they are thriving to achieve whatever career path that they want to attain for themselves, right? I went to my boss when we were doing the review. I asked her, "You are a boss lady.
The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the Skills Hub. Youth Employment Services, preparing youth for the world of work, and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65. Co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate. High-speed internet cafe, a copy center, and others. Special packages for the most sought after entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills, and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The Skills Hub is open to every young person who wants to learn their dream job. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the Skills Hub at Toyota Building at American House Traffic Lights on the 𝐓𝐷𝐄𝐄 Road, East Legon. The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the Skills Hub. Youth Employment Services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65. Co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate. High-speed internet cafe, a copy center, and others. Special packages for the most sought after entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills, and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The Skills Hub is open to every young person who wants to learn their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the Skills Hub at Toyota Building at American House Traffic Lights on the 𝐓𝐷𝐄𝐄 Road, East Legon. The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the Skills Hub. Youth Employment Services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65. Co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate. High-speed internet cafe, a copy center, and others. Special packages for the most sought after entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills, and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The Skills Hub is open to every young person who wants to learn their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the Skills Hub at Toyota Building at American House Traffic Lights on the 𝐓𝐷𝐄𝐄 Road, East Legon. The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the 𝐓𝐄𝐄𝐓. Youth employment services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65, co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate, high-speed internet cafe, a copy center and others, special packages for the most sought after entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills, and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The 𝐓𝐄𝐄𝐓 is open to every young person who wants to land their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the 𝐓𝐄𝐄𝐓 at Toyota Building at American House Traffic Lights on the 𝐓𝐷𝐄𝐄𝐓 Road, East Lagos. The all-new multi-purpose 𝐓𝐄𝐄𝐓 is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The 𝐓𝐄𝐄𝐓 offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the 𝐓𝐄𝐄𝐓. Youth employment services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65, co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate, high-speed internet cafe, a copy center and others, special packages for the most sought after entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills, and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The 𝐓𝐄𝐄𝐓 is open to every young person who wants to land their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the 𝐓𝐄𝐄𝐓 at Toyota Building at American House Traffic Lights on the 𝐓𝐷𝐄𝐄𝐓 Road, East Lagos.